Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe my channel, like my video, do not forget to click the button with me, Henrik Barnett. This is another video which I'm giving you here. It is a video which I believe you're going to like and enjoy watching as you watch the other section of Blantyre. What actually Blantyre is like in terms of driving. It has got one-way roads, right? So for example, if you're coming from Limbe and you're entering into Blantyre city center, there's one way. If you're coming from Blantyre and you're going to Limbe as well, you normally use one way, right? So here I'm on the other section of the Blantyre city. This side is actually the side that is coming down from the this hotel, famous hotel in Blantyre, which is Mount Sochi. So you're going down to Limbe. There's one way. Right, and so you can see that even Blantyre has got problem with the car parking. There's no more enough space for you to park your car in Blantyre. People have got cars now, many people. So it is now a time whereby Blantyre City Council must be thinking of building underground car parks. So if we are building new shops, new offices, we need to have underground car parks, right? This is common in other parts of the world. I think we have good as well. Underground car parks, like the Old National Bank, there is an underground car park. Amalis Hotel, there is underground car park. Right? We can do this in Blantyre City. It is very good because don't expect the city that was built 50 years ago should be as relevant as today. It is impossible. Today we are 20 million Malawians. 50 years ago, 40 years ago, the nation had about maybe 3 million people. But now we have 20 million Malawians in this nation. So what we are supposed to be doing is to build this city in a new way. Actually, we need to be innovative now. We need to use modern ways of maximizing our resources. Like if we have a little space available, what can we do in order for that space to be enough for the people? So if the Blantyre city is the main city in the southern region of Malawi, what it means is that this city must be congested with the traffic and with people who come to buy different things. And actually even Blantyre itself as a district has got a lot of people. So urbanization is an issue now. So let us begin to build our cities to look more modern and also to make sure that we have got enough space available for each and every person. Of course, as we continue to grow, space will never be available anymore. Right? So you see that it will be a big thing to do in terms of car parking arrangement, and the traveling will be so difficult in the city of Blantyre because it will be too congested. But now, before things get worse, we should begin now to redevelop, redesign, to innovate, to create a modern city. We can build, rapid traffic system here, whereby we may have now modern buses that can be traveling within the city of Blantyre. So bring public rapid transport system will help to reduce the congestion in the Blantyre city, because people who are using personal cars to drive coming into the city and going back to their homes will stop using their cars. Instead, they'll be using the rapid public transport system, which we are waiting to have in Blantyre. I saw like a proposal by the Blantyre City Council that they wanted to bring rapid public transport system within the Blantyre City, to bring there as well the trains in conjunction with the Chinese government. But that thing did not materialize. Maybe now, after 15 years, after 10 years, there's nothing going on about that idea. But now it is a high time we implemented it. We need to build our city. We need to make sure that Blantyre is now developed. We bring up new face of the Blantyre city, building good laws that it can crisscross the city, dissect the city, and the building up new structures as well. There are buildings which must be demolished so that we may have new buildings in the Blantyre city. If we cannot demolish the new buildings that we are building must be modern and advanced. And it is very important as well to arrange where can the banks be. Just plan where the banks can be, where telecommunications company can be, right? Where construction companies can be, where, we just need to group different companies in one place which are similar. That is gonna make this city to be even more beautiful. And like I'm going to Limbe to go to Airtel, and I'm going to Blantyre to go to MTN, TNM. Can we have these companies in one place? Because maybe if I'm going to Airtel, I want to as well to go to TNM. So the transport, the cost that I'm gonna incur because of traveling between these companies is gonna be very expensive. Right now, just have this video so that you can see what's going on in Malawi this time around. This is Limbe, Malawi. You can see it is a very busy town in Blantyre. Businesses happen here in Limbe, as you can see that there are more shops here, and people are like in large number moving in the streets here to go to their different places to do the businesses. And you can see the good shops as well here. Africa is very exciting because despite what we go it is one of the best towns in Malawi. As you can see like everywhere things are getting like better in this country, but more should be done in Malawi. Not like what is happening right now, whereby just little is being put on like an investment to make sure that the nation grows and develops. Because if we are not investing a lot in this country, what it means, development will continue to lag behind, and many people continue to be poor in this nation. But I'm here just to show you what's going on here in this country called Malawi.
There's some things that I don't want to show you, but we're still gonna show you everything the way it is without changing. Because we want our nation better, to develop, to improve. Actually, when people are seeing the videos, they'll be like, no, we need to do better so that we can catch up with other countries that are developing very fast. Many of the cities in Africa today are very modern, are improving every day. So Malawi, what's the problem that you cannot improve?
Today, I am taking you through the township of Shinyonga, and I would like to show you actually what I think is the beauty that is hidden of the Shinyonga township. You can see that this is a beautiful town, is well developed, and we should indeed be proud of the development that is spreading in Malawi this time around. Malawi as a country has been going through a lot. Much things are happening which are so discouraging. Like if we want to develop as a nation, we'll always look at the economic conditions to see environment economically if it is viable. So that when you start doing your thing, you should be positive and the optimistic that you are going to profit from whatever you're doing. But economically, as a country, all indicators of economic situation in Malawi are really pointing at business failure and the poverty creation, because as a nation, things are not well. But now, though that is the case, there are people, Malawians, who are doing very well, like in this video as you're watching. This is Shinyonga. There is another video that I've done, maybe 3-4 videos about Shinyonga, and I believe you've watched them already. If you haven't watched them, please watch them down on this channel. You see that Shinyonga is developed. Malawians are the ones who have developed Shinyonga. Now look at this environment. Of course, we've been talking about the loads in Malawi, that we really need more loads. Actually, Malawi has been denied loads. We have been denying Malawi from having loads. We need beautiful load networks in Malawi. Actually, Malawi must be developed by developing good laws in the nation. Laws are very important for the development of the nation. So we are going maybe to work on that. And the problem as well with our laws is that they don't get maintained. We may build a beautiful law, but due to lack of maintenance, it may wear out. Eventually, it may be a very bad law. But what I'm talking about is this video is showing you a township called Shinyonga. If you don't know about Shinyonga, maybe you are watching this video for the first time. Maybe you have never watched other videos which I recorded about Shinyonga. Shinyonga is a township which is in Blantyre. It's a very beautiful township. It is close to Kanjeza and also Manja. If you are coming from Limbi and you are going to Chitawira through Kenyatta Drive, you will pass through Chinyonga. If you are going from Kanjeza through Malawi Police Training College, you pass through such technical college, and you'll also pass by Chinyonga. After such technical college, the town that you get is Chinyonga. It's a beautiful town. So this one is Chinyonga town, which I'm showing you this time around. I'm hoping you're being motivated that of course we need to do more about laws actually. There's nothing that we can do but to build the towns by building good lots. Actually, even the villages, we need to go there and build beautiful lots. That's how we can develop as a nation. We don't have to continue overlooking the importance of having good laws in the nation. Every nation in the world today, whenever we say it is developed, you look at the road networks. They emphasize much on building good road networks, high quality road networks, and passable roads. You don't just take substandard roads to the people and you think you are developing the nation. That's not true. Actually, what you should be doing is to make sure that people are getting high standard roads. Whether a nation is poor or not, but actually whenever it comes to development, roads must be of high standard, high quality. And we need to build them more actually by making sure that we are building the roads in order to add beauty to the nation, as well as to make communication and movement of the people to become easy in the nation. It should not just be something that we can learn at school without implementing it. We must work on our laws in this nation of Malawi. So this is, you can see that it is a Chinyonga township. It is very beautiful township, and also it is developed township. But it has got also some roads that are not good. So I don't know why we should not come here and make sure that we bring new roads up here, right? And whenever we are building Malawi, we should make sure that we are building it for each and every Malawian. So we don't have to make Malawi to become like a country of only a few people, where the many people in the nation are struggling, suffering, and cannot afford good things, better services. Let's build the nation of Malawi for each and every Malawian. And the building roads in the nation, it is a good thing to be done nationwide. And Malawi will become beautiful if we have good roads. So this is Chinyonga. I've already said it is a good township and it is well developed. And so we should also recommend government for making sure that Malawi should be developed and should have good laws, as it is happening now in other parts of the country, that there are laws that are being constructed. So we need to construct laws in the entire nation so that Malawi can no longer become a poor country as it has been because of lack of good laws in the nation. Funa ndikuoneseni mene Blantyre city mene imaonekera. Mwina ambiri mu kuidzwa Blantyre city kuti ndiyo kongola, koma zinthu zikunkerabe kuoneka kuti Blantyre city ikukongola ndipo yamba kuchepa pamene magalimoto komanso misewu, maka magalimoto kuno achuluka, misewu ikuoneka ndiyo chepa, komanso zikuoneka kuti no mabuilding adakali ochepa pa Blantyre. Nde iyi mukuiona apa ndi Blantyre city, konse mene mukundionera mutha kuona uku ndi ku Mount Sochi, amene mumakuziwa ku Mount Sochi. Wayiona Mount Sochi ndi yabwino kwambiri, hotel yabwino. Sewu ndi sewu wa one way, right? Apapa mukuyionayo timusewu umene uwu wa one way, mutakuona kuti no Blantyre City ndiyo kongola kwambiri, inamangidwa mwa makono ndipo ngakhale inamangidwa kalekale koma ndiyo kongola kwambiri, ndiyo chitisa kaso kaonekedwe kache. Pena umaona ngati kuti suli ku Malawi ukafika mu Blantyre City, imafanana ndi masite okongola kwambiri azungu, chabe kuti sitikuipitiriza kuti ikapambane pamene ilipa, koma ndiyo kukongola kwambiri. Building mukuiona papayi ndi First Capital Bank amene mumaidziwa, imene mukuiona kumanjako, First Capital Bank apapayi yangophimbika pang'ono. Komano mukutakuona kuti mu Blantyre City ndiyo kongola kwambiri, ndi yochitisa kaso, ndi mzinda umene aliyense amafuna atazagwira ntchito ku Blantyre City, ochokera dera lina lonse Malawi muno amati koma nditangopeza ntchito mu Blantyre ndikakuone ku city. Ndi imene iyi mukuiona payi, ndingokupasani video iyi kuti mukhale ndi nthawi yomayionera, right? Ndiye ndikupemphani kuti no chonde tamapangani subscribe pa channel pakuluakulu, katiyeni tizipanga subscribe, mutithandize kuti tikule, muzimenyanso makomenti, malaiki, zabwino zimene zozo zimapangisa kuti tikule kwambiri pa YouTube pa. Ndiye ndikukuonesani apa pa Blantyre City, mukuiona mene ikuonekeramo ita busy kwambiri. Apa of course sikutha kuonesa kwambiri ma building, komabe mene mukuioneramo iyi ndi Blantyre City, ndioneka bwino kwambiri. Kuna ma building ake ndokongola kwambiri, zoti ndi ku Malawi ngati boza. Anamangidwa kalekale koma kufikira mpaka na lero palibe amenenso akumanga ngati mene Blantyre inamangidwira. Tikukanika kumanga ngakhale kuposa pamene mapa. Fa tinakati tikumanga Malawi wathu mene Blantyre akuonekera, kupitisa chitukuko chichi madera onse chifalisikire, komanso kuonjezera pa kuti tikafanane ndi mene masiku ano zinthu zikupangikira. Bwezi Malawi titatukuka kwambiri, mutakuona kuti Blantyre City payoka ndiyo tukuka malingana ndi mene inamangidwira, koma tinakayonjezera papa. Ngakhale misewu iyi tinakatha kuyonjezera ikhale misewu yooneka bwino kwambiri. Iyo mukuiona pa ndi Standard Bank, mukuiona Standard Bank ya ku Blantyre ndi imene yoyo, right? Komano ndi Blantyre ndioneka mwakaso, ndiyo sangalasa kwambiri, ndi city yabwino. Kungofunika kuikonza kuti ipambane pamene papa, kuipangabe amati kuipanga livalue, titani kuti kuipanga kuti ikaoneke bwino kwambiri, kuionjezera apa kukongola, kuika zinthu zina zamakono. Ndikuona kuti kumangidwa zinthu zina, achina Ameros hotel ali kuno ku Blantyre amangidwa. Ndikuonanso kuti kumangidwanso hotel ina chapa kukadusa pa Kutawa mapita kumangidwanso hotel ina umeneko. Koma zinthu zambiri ndizokongolabe mu Blantyre. Mount Sochi ndi imene mukuiona mpandako imeneyo, ndi Mount Sochi imeneyo mukuiona menepoyo. Mount Sochi chotchuka kwambiri, ndi hotel otchuka kwambiri Malawi muno, mbali imodzi mwa mahotel otchuka kwambiri. Nde mutakuona ningokuonesani mbali iyi yokuza ndi Blantyre kuti ndikuoneka bwino kwambiri. Ndiye ndimanena kuti mupange subscribe, amene simunapange subscribe tapanga ni subscribe, amene munapanga kale subscribe ndothokoza kwambiri popanga subscribe. Mukundipasa mangolomera kwambiri kuti ndizipanga ma videos osiyana-siyana kuti ndizika pa channel apapa, kumakuonesani zokhuza ndi Malawi, nkhaniso zokhuzana ndi ku Malawi zochitika komanso ngakhale zochitika maiko ena tizibweresa apapa pa channel apapa. Ndiye niyo chongofunika muzibwera kumaonera, kumapanga malaiki, kumapanga makomenti, ngati simunapange subscribe panga subscribe basi. Mutakuona papa Blantyre ndikupasani po, iyo ndi First Capital Bank ija timanena ija, ndioneka bwino kwambiri, First Capital Bank, alright? I think inali chani poyamba, pambe inali First Merchant Bank, ndikangata naisintha kubwera First Capital Bank. Komanso pali bank ina agenso amaicha yani kuti Capital Bank ikande yani ndayiwala koma. Mapapa ndikunena kuti Blantyre siwamba yayi, ndi mzinda wokongola kwambiri akuluakulu osamanamizana apo yayi. ni mzinda wokongola kwambiri. Ukamayenda pena umachita kumva kukoma kuti koma ndiye ndikuyenda ku town. Kunena zoona umachita zoona ndikuyenda ku town kwabwino kuoneka bwino, kosasiyana ndi matown enawo amene mati London chani. Sosasiyana ya ndimene anayimangira Blantyre mafanana ndi matown ngati amene London. Chisabe kuti kataoni kungofuneka kukaonjezera kapitirire kukongola komanso kafike kuti tizipanga expand kaya zinthuzi ndi dziko lindi lathu tizilikonda, komano mutakuona kuti ndikukongolabe. Ndi mzinda wokongola kwambiri, mizinda yokongola kwambiri. Kumali kunoko mizinda ilipo ifolo ngati mukukumbukira, tili ndi Lilongwe, tili ndi Blantyre, tili ndi Mzuzu komanso Zomba. Mizinda imene ndi yokongola kwambiri, mizinda yosangalatsa kwambiri. Ndiye Blantyre ndi mukumuona apa, tikamapitiriza kukula mchanelo tiyambanso kumapita maderena ngati Lilongwe, tizikajambula ngakhale ku Mzuzu. Ndi support yanu titamapanga zimene zozo kumajambula ngakhale Mzuzu kunduzo ndikajambule kwakuti ine ndikajambula, just support me basi ndipita umene kwako ndikajambule. Ndimene tizipangira zimene zizi, komano apa ndizikupasani imene ndingakwanitsiremo kukuonesani Blantyre, kukuonesani madera ena, kuyika nkhani zosiyanasiyana. Apa ndi video ya Blantyre.
Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe my channel, like my video, and do not forget to click the notification button. You with me, Henrik. Today we are going to Blantyre. As you are watching this video, I am walking towards Blantyre, coming from Pingwe, Limbe, and I just want to give you nothing but the views of how this area is developing. As you can see on my right, it's a beautiful building, and on my left there is also this building that is being built. So in maybe next year 2025, this place will look more beautiful than it is now. But Malawians are really building good houses, and many Malawians are not allowing themselves to be poor, but they want to change. If the government does not change Malawians, they will take it into their hands to build the best nation they want. That house on my left is very beautiful as well. It's very difficult to see it properly because it's dark there, but that's the house. It's beautiful as well. You can see that Malawians are really building a better Malawi, a good Malawi. We want all to be living in good houses. Government must just work on the areas which are most important, like the factors that can accelerate development in this nation. Because normally when citizens are doing everything by themselves, it becomes so boring and many people quit because of getting tired of doing the same thing which is not working due to lack of financial power or financial capacity. But people are building. Like there's a building construction going on. I believe it's gonna be a very beautiful building, so to say. See beautiful. Look at the fence, look at this structure, very beautiful. We as Malawians, honestly, we want to have a country which we desire to have, because as Malawians we've been hoping to see a developed nation, and we've been changing governments so that they could give us beautiful Malawi, developed Malawi, but the governments have failed to give Malawians developed Malawi. They promised a lot. Some promised to lead us to Canaan, some promised us to have Vision 2020, a developed, prosperous Malawi, and some even promised about Singapore for this nation, that it will be transformed to Singapore like Germany. All these were promises by politicians, but we've never seen these promises getting to fluid fiction. So we cannot trust politicians anymore. But as Malawians, we are doing everything we can to build our nation. It's sad that government is not doing much to change the landscape of our country in terms of infrastructure improvements and developments which can be modernized to match with the era we are living in. Hopefully, by 2025, things will begin to change. But as I'm speaking now, 4 years has gone, I've gone, and there is nothing that has been done to improve the lives of Malawians by politicians, by government. Malawians are still finding it too hard and difficult to live and survive at the moment because of things that are very expensive. But look at that building, it's very beautiful. Malawians are building their nation the way they want it to look like. And so let's continue building our nation. Let's continue being serious as Malawians so that we can develop. Look at the fence, white fence there. It looks very beautiful. Right? It means Malawians, we have got the taste, we have got the appetite of having good things, but it's only that we've been discouraged by the way the politicians behave. Because for me, politicians want to be rich and ordinary Malawians to be beggars. So we can't beg you politicians all the time, and you don't have enough money to give everyone. What you can do is build a better Malawi for everyone. Let's build a Malawi we want, right? And we need to build it as we mean it, because just by alluding to development kind of sentiment of prospective reality of Malawi, that we want to have a beautiful Malawi, without actualizing what actually we always say, it's very backward. We can't develop like that. We need to begin to work on what we've been saying. So this is Bangwe, and I'm showing you how this place is, how developing it is, because we see here and there people are developing the building, but we still have problems in Malawi with loads. Like this load, for me, honestly, there's nothing that is happening on this load. It is an old load. It must be renovated. It must be upgraded. Government, you've got the responsibility to make sure that you are giving Malawians beautiful loads. Don't just build a load because you want to achieve a political agenda without actually putting much serious design as well as planning about that load so that it can become a bigger load and it can change the view of the area. Because if all towns in Blantyre or in Longwe, everywhere in Malawi have got beautiful roads, what it means that we are going to have beautiful Malawi. But as it is now, we are lacking money power, or we are lacking government will to develop our nation. So you can see people are driving big cars on the bad roads. This is not a bad sign in Malawi. This is what is happening in Malawi. We have got big cars, big houses, but poor roads. That's not development. We need to be serious as a nation. So we are still moving towards Bangwemvula, and we are very close. Right, as we are walking. It's in the morning, that's why maybe it's darker. It's dark, and there are crowds in the sky because in Malawi it's been raining. So what I'm saying is, let us build a nation we want, and the government must be responsible for laying good foundations of development. Malawians deserve better country. We need to be serious. Like this Bangwe, it's near the city center of Blantyre. It's close to Limbe and it's close to Blantyre city center. And if we don't build Bangwe, what do you expect of other towns? And Bangwe is very popular, has got a lot of people. We need to civilize our towns. So government, what you can do, first of all, you have to build good roads in our towns. They must match with the current reality of our nations, of the world. Because if America is to build a road in America today, it is not going to be the old road that they're used to. They're going to upgrade from the present road designs to better one. So like Malawi, we are tired of having these same old roads that are not even smooth, not longer standing, roads that wear because of time. We need to have strong roads, beautiful roads. We can do that. So now we're close to Bangwe Mvula. Of course, maybe this is already Bangwe Mvula, if you are aware about Bangwe. So I'm just giving you views about Bangwe. I believe you're appreciating this video and you're very excited watching Bangwe. Maybe you've taken a longer time to come to Bangwe and you don't know when you will come to Bangwe, but now you're watching this video, you're being reminded of this place, or you've never been in Bangwe, and this is Bangwe. I'm giving you, wherever you are, Bangwe right now, and I believe you are now happy seeing how beautiful this place is. It is built by Malawians. They build according to their capacity. Government has never been so helpful to Malawians for a long period of time. There's no good social welfare in Malawi. That's why Malawians, they do everything they can. Whether they build something which is beautiful, not beautiful, but as long as they're able to build, that's fine. We need to make sure that we design our nation. The problem with our country is that we don't design. You can see those guys we are learning, but maybe they are just learning for something, not learning away. Because sometimes you're scared when you see somebody learning. You're like, what's going on? Maybe I should also start learning. So what I'm saying is, let's design our nation. Let's design our cities. Let's plan them. Like, we cannot just build anyhow anymore. I have the problem with Malawi Housing Corporation. I was thinking like this was supposed to be an organization that was going to help shape the infrastructure developments of Malawi as far as housing and accommodation is concerned, but it has been so reluctant to grow its power so that it can reach even Malawian. Because if we want to build Malawi, we are building it for our citizens. So Malawi Housing Corporation, I believe it has been working for profit, not for changing the lives of the Malawians, to bless them with good accommodation. So I don't know why we have such organizations. What about Malawi Housing Corporation, Blantyre City, Lilongwe City Assembly, Blantyre District Council, Lilongwe District Council, and all councils everywhere, and city assemblies? Why do we have them? Because if they are not doing things to help Malawians, then it means they are not important at all. It's not for you like the reason of getting money so that you should exist as people or as organizations, but you are there to help people by building lives of Malawians and building our cities and building our towns. And this should be for all people in Malawi, right? Because if we achieve a development in Malawi, we will all be happy, we will all be prosperous. But achieving a prosperous nation by just simply ending poverty of 10 people out of 20 million Malawians, then there's nothing we are doing, seriously. So this is Bangwe Mvula. If you're aware about this place, I'm sure this is Bangwe Mvula. But I'm just walking, I'm in Bangwe this time around. So I may be long, maybe this is not Bangwe Mvula, but you are watching Bangwe. That's what I know. I'm in Bangwe now. And I'm giving you the current situation of the township of Bangwe. This is a very popular township in Malawi. Like Niland is very popular, Bangwe as well is popular. We have Chilobwe. These are, we call them hoods. Hoods. They are hoods. It's where, a lot of things happen. Things like gangster. I'm not saying Bangwe is full of gangsters, but many young people who are working very hard, live hard. They do everything to make sure that they survive. Right? Struggling lives of people is much more having effect in these towns. Like, when you see somebody like a kid who has no parents but is living in this town to survive, and he does businesses in Ilimbo or in Bangwe just to survive, and is growing to become a very responsible citizen. And many young people who have been living in this town have become great men in the town, have become celebrities. We know many people, right? You have got names. I don't want to mention those names, but they have been living in a very bad conditions in different popular towns like Bangwe and Dilande, but they've become great people. So this is the town that I'm saying it must as well be developed. We must build good laws. We must develop the lives of the people. That's the responsibility we have as government. Actually, I should say you have as a government, because I'm not the government. So I should be so straight to the point, telling you that let us be serious. You have to be serious as government to solve the problems, to build a nation that is going to be the best nation. We should do this because we are already late, so we must be doing it right now, and we should not take much time. The thing that I believe is more important, this is Bangwe as you're watching, the thing that is more important, I believe, is for the designing of our towns. We must design them the way we want them to look. So what I'm trying to say is that we must build a Malawi that we want. So designing means that we are building modern houses. We are planning our roads, how they should be like. We are planning the way the houses should be like. This should be done, and we must help Malawians to achieve this. As government, you must look into this thing. Maybe the question can be, if we design, then how Malawians will be able to build. As a government, you need to put in place measures of how you can help Malawians to build. There are Malawians who are able to build, just support them wherever necessary. And there are Malawians who cannot build, just build for them. So like Blantyre City Council can start building houses for Malawians. Malawi Housing Corporation can begin to invest in a serious property developments in Malawi, so that we may have beautiful houses everywhere in Malawi, where Malawians should be staying, should be living. It's very sad that Malawians up to now don't have modern, decent houses, and we should, be feeling sorry about ourselves, knowing that there is much problem or much poverty as far as housing and accommodation for ordinary Malawians is concerned. So let's build it, Malawi. Let's develop it. Let's make Malawi become a very beautiful country. We are 20 million people, and we are growing. By 2040, 2030, we may be 30 million Malawians. Now, if we are not planning about how we want it to look, how we want our towns to be like, can you tell me that Malawi will be developed by 2030, 2040 if we don't start doing the developments now? If we are not investing for the future right now, how will 2030 be like if we don't start now? So planning is by starting now before we become big in terms of population, right? Failing to plan is just like planning to fail. I say like that. So let's start planning. I know governments has been doing a lot, just like to plan for the nation, for different things, but do we really see the results of what you've been planning for? as currently we are saying that we want to have the developed Malawi by 2063. If you look on the ground, there's nothing we can talk or look or point at as kind of a sign that Malawi is really going to be developed by 2063. We are not doing enough. We just hear like kind of political and government speeches and meetings of what Malawi is supposed to be like, but on the ground nothing is happening because we fail to implement whatever we plan as a nation. We had Vision 2020, and it was a good thing, like for planning, but the implementation never happened. So now let's start implementing, because if a good implementation is by starting working out something that you planned right now before you just see the development you're waiting for it to happen at 2063. So we need to see small things happening now, how we want to achieve that development by 2063, right? We want to see small developments. We must engage Malawians into serious developments so that we become very busy and productive as citizens, as Malawians, who are really embarking on changing their nation so that it should become developed. We'll have a better Malawi. So you're watching Bangwe. This is Malawi, and this is how most of the towns where ordinary Malawians are living look like. They look the same way. We have few towns maybe which may be said to be developed, but this is the reality of Malawi current situation in terms of development, economic life, and as well as political situation. It's calm politically, and economically things are hard. As you can see, you don't see like much people walking the street, because most of the times when the economy is better, you see more people in the street having, they're walking up and down. They've got something, they're drinking something, or they're holding bags, or they're holding packets of different goods. Because if you have money, it means there's much purchase in the nation. But as I'm speaking, little purchase is going on because Malawians don't have money to purchase something. Many Malawians are poor, and the government is aware about this. But the problem is that we keep quiet. I don't know if that's the deliberate move to continue oppressing Malawians economically. Because if we really mean to do whatever we've been promising Malawians, we must working it out. Malawians must see change, and the lives of the people must be developed. Then that will be a good thing to do. So I've already said that in a country like this one, people would like to drive big cars, but that's a sign of poverty, because in developed countries you don't see big cars, you see small cars. But in Malawi, there are big cars everywhere. It means there are people who are stealing money off the poor people, and they enjoy doing that so that they can buy big cars. They build good houses, best houses. Maybe somebody can have 10 houses owned by one person. And these houses are very expensive, but the country is too poor. Why can't we share the welfare that we have? Because we need to develop Malawi for the common good. That's what we should achieve. Whatever we are doing, maybe we are politicians or we are a church, every person must understand that we need to develop Malawi for the common good. So this has been always my problem of seeing Malawi, which is not perfect in terms of development. There are more people who need something but they can't have it because of lack of resources, lack of finances. Poverty is said to be poverty when there is no money. Now, government has got the responsibility to make sure that Malawians have good money to survive, to live. Old people, young people, women, men, every Malawian should be able to have money
That's the responsibility of a government. The government is not there to look at political interests. It is there to look after the lives of the people. That's what we must achieve as a government. You must achieve that. If you don't do that, it means you are a government that is just there protecting political interests of your organization, which is a political party. But let's hope that Malawi is changing for the better. Because we want to have a Malawi like on my light. Everywhere in Malawi, we must have, Malawi should be able to have a house like that one on my light. That's what we should achieve. It's possible. We just need to make sure that every life is important. Every Malawian is important. We can have equal life. We can have better life. We can have a best life in Malawi. We can stop thinking of going far away because we want to have the green pasture. If we can develop our nation so that it should look developed and we should have all needs that we are looking for right away in our country. So I believe you have enjoyed watching this video about Bangwe in Malawi, in the Blantyre city. And I am very thankful to you.
There are the two songs. I'm not dividing. Why did you focus on about
Yes. Gani gani? Okay.
Okay. Mupiro.
Bas muhimu.
Eh?
Muhimu. Yeah. Sure.
Why are you taking videos of the streets?
I'm a creator.
Eh?
I'm a creator, content creator.
You're a creator.
Yeah.
You create for which blog?
YouTube.
Which YouTube?
Hey, I just upload. I have a channel.
What is your channel?
Hanlex TV.
Huh?
Hanlex TV.
What?
Hanlex TV.
Hanlex TV.
Yeah.
For what?
Oh, just vlogging. Travel and vlogging. Sure.
What is your career?
My what?
What is your career?
You want to know my career? I'm an accountant. Sure. So you want to know everything? Alright. Let me just take this.
They say Malawi is poor, but I tell you, Malawi is not poor. Look how beautiful this country is. This is Malawi. This is beautiful country. Don't believe the lies of the people who look down upon others. You can't tell me this is poor country. We need to encourage each other. We need to believe in ourselves. Malawi is indeed a beautiful country. Beautiful people. The slogan for the nation of Malawi is the warm heart of Africa. I tell you, Malawi is a rich country. It's the narrative of the Western media that has put Malawi as the poorest country in the world. This is not a poor country. Just watch yourself. See how beautiful this country is. This is one of the shops in Malawi. Tell me, is this not Europe? See, this is Malawi, but it looks like one of the shops in Europe. A poorest country cannot be organized like this one. Let's be serious. This country is organized. It's only that Malawi has been discouraged by people, by organizations which lends money, which lend money to Africans by categorizing countries like Malawi as the poorest countries. Instead of promoting these countries like Malawi to depend on themselves, if we allow countries like Malawi to depend on themselves, there is a big potential that these countries can grow and become rich, very rich, and compete with the rest of the world. There's no reason for Malawians to complain that they are poor. They just need to believe in themselves. Government of Malawi must believe in itself. See how beautiful this country is. Right? This is the beautiful country. These are beautiful people, well organized. Right? They're doing everything which developed countries do. Look, Malawi is indeed beautiful. No, we must not underrate this country.
telling it to be a small country, a poorest country. I don't think it is poor. This is a rich country. There are rich people in Malawi. We just make sure that each and every person is able to access these basic needs in Malawi. Rich people, rich countries do. And look how beautiful and organized Malawi is. I believe you are enjoying this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Malawi is indeed beautiful. These are beautiful people, right? What do we need to do in Malawi? This is a bank in Malawi. It's called National Bank, right? Beautiful people. National Bank in Limbe, Victoria Avenue. That building is post office on the left. That one, it's post office, Limbe post office. Look, Malawi is beautiful. On the light is a bank, National Bank. It's very beautiful. Look, this is a beautiful country, bro. Don't tell me Malawi is poor. I can't buy. Look. See. These are happy people. Right? What we need is just to spread the development in Malawi, to reach the rural people, to reach everyone in our towns, in our villages. We must be organized and developed. We should reach every area in Malawi with development, because poverty comes when local people are not able to get their needs. They don't have food, they don't have shelter, that is accommodation, decent accommodation. It's when poverty comes. But when we begin to spread evenly the development, that is to say, distributing the resources equally in the nation, it's when the nation becomes fully developed. Already we have got the foundation of development in Malawi, which is very good, right? So we need to do everything we can to encourage the spreading of the development. I tell you, this is still Malawi. It's Limbe, part of Blantyre. Right? It's a beautiful country. Look how beautiful this nation is. Don't tell me this country is poor. What we need is just to make sure that we fill up the gap between the rich and the poor. We must close that gap so that everyone in Malawi can access equal resources, can become one. Look how beautiful this nation is. Oh man, this nation is very beautiful. Look, look, look. This cannot be a poor country. Don't tell me Malawi is poor. Look, they're organized, cool people. Come on, man. This is like New York. It's Malawi. All right, this is Malawi. Please subscribe to my channel. Malawi is very beautiful. Oh man, Malawi is very beautiful. It's indeed a developed nation. And Malawians are peaceful people, very kind people, warm-hearted. They're nice people, right? This is Malawi. Malawi is a country of 20 million people.
at the time of recording this video, there are 20 million Malawians. It means there are a lot of people in Malawi. I'm telling you, Malawi is beautiful, organized. This is a small shop in Malawi. Oh man, I tell you, I love this country. It's my country. I love my country so much. Sometimes when I see people leaving Malawi for other countries, I'm like, but why? Why can't we just come together in Malawi and forget about going overseas? We just need to work together to develop our nation further. Because the country is already beautiful, it's already developed. We just need to improve, to keep on developing this nation, because at the time of at this time, it is a good time for developing the nation, so that the future generation should have a better Malawi than this one. We can improve, because there are people who built this nation a long time ago, and we are having this nation today like this. So we can do better by developing this nation further, right? But maybe the conditions are not good at this time around. That Malawians, they find it so hard to get jobs. They find it so hard to start a business because there's no capital. Government should make sure that there is a deliberate policy to encourage young Malawians to start doing business in Malawi by investing in these young Malawians and financing them unconditionally, so that they should be having businesses. They should be setting up their own businesses, right? And we can encourage development of this nation by encouraging the Malawians, local Malawians, to have financial capacity, to be financially empowered, right? So that they should be able to earn a living, right? There should be a policy in Malawi that is going to encourage the financial ability, so that Malawians should be able to earn a better living. So this is Malawi, okay? It's beautiful, I tell you. It's a very beautiful country, beautiful people. Malawi is developed. The world is lying by saying Malawi is poor. I don't see this. There are people who are coming from other countries to Malawi and are getting better in this nation. They see opportunity in this nation. But Malawians themselves, they don't see opportunity in this nation. We must encourage one another. We must develop one another. This is our nation. We can do better. So my problem is, whenever it comes to development, we must develop nationwide. We must even develop in our living areas where people are. There must be also be development. We cannot just look at only one part, or just only central areas in the nation which are developed, but the masses in our villages, in our towns, are not developed. Development must be spread evenly. I think the people who plan development in the nation, like Malawi, they must make sure that they reach development to the poor people in our villages, in our towns. They must build good laws in the villages, in our towns. They must put, it is very important to put certain structures in our towns, in our villages, which can be those developmental structures. Many roads There must be well-built roads, and the Malawians must be encouraged to build good houses. Right? If we build good houses for our people, plan our villages, plan our towns to look modern, organized, because it's only in the cities, it's only in the main towns where life is, where people are organized. But in our villages, we are not organized. We don't have good laws. We don't have organized buildings, all right, like modern buildings. We need to do something to make sure that we have good organized nationwide. We've got organized towns, organized villages, the modern buildings in the villages, modern buildings, modern roads in our villages, in our towns. Malawi should be well organized. Like, if we can do that, we can have the better Malawi. Because this is already better Malawi. It's best. I don't think people who are saying Malawi is poor were saying the truth. I don't see poverty here. I see people who are hardworking, who are developing by themselves. They're doing everything to earn their living, and they are really developed people in Malawi. This is a beautiful nation. Look how Malawi is beautiful. It's really a beautiful nation. This is Limbe. It's part of Blantyre, right? So I can say this is extension of Blantyre city. Limbe is an extension of Blantyre city. Blantyre city, it's beautiful. Look how beautiful Blantyre is. This is Malawi, brothers. Hope you're enjoying this video. And the people who are thinking Malawi is poor now, I believe you are now changing your mind to say no, this nation is not poor. This nation, and it's cream nation. Look, I haven't seen any beggars. I haven't seen even people living in the streets, homeless people. I haven't seen them. It's clean and beautiful nation, a beautiful town, beautiful city. Oh look, it's really very beautiful. Malawi is beautiful. Oh look, it's a developed nation. Don't tell me this is a poor nation. No, this is a really developed nation. Look, well organized. Well organized. The roads are clean and smart. They're clean and well paved. No, Malawi, you're not poor. You are really rich. You must be proud of yourself. The problem with Malawians are not talkative people. They will never talk higher about themselves. They're just quiet. They're just humble people, warm-hearted people. I know. These are good people. They know they're developed, but they just can't talk about it. They just hear people saying, Malawi is poor, it's a lavish nation, it's a trash nation. No, there's nothing in Malawi. Are you serious? Look how beautiful this nation is. It's really organized. We just need to make sure that the people in the villages are financially empowered, are economically empowered, so that they can have financial means to support themselves. They need to have income, a solid financial foundation, so that they can do things on their own. Right? Because the problem with poverty is that when you let only poverty be in the urban areas and the villages, there's no development there, people are poor in the villages, there's going to be a problem, because everyone must have financial capacity. There should be equal income. Resources must be equally distributed, so that we cannot sideline other people financially, right? And we should make sure that we should end poverty, individual poverty that people have individually, so that people should have access to loans in the bank easily as Malawians.
right? They should be able to go on and get loans easily. There should be soft conditions. Say like if you have an ID, national ID of Malawi, that can be a condition for you to get a loan. And the loans, giving loans to Malawi should not be a big thing, a big process that discourages people to apply for loans, to go to the bank to look for loans. You can get a loan for building a house, right? A simple modern house. That should be that ability, right? If we do that to Malawians will be well developed. But if we let the money to go only to the rich people, that's why we are widening the poverty. That's if we don't support financially local people, it's like you are widening the gap between the rich and the poor. Look how beautiful Malawi is. This is still Malawi. It's a beautiful country. I love this nation. Malawi is where I come from. And this is Limbe. Right? This is Limbe, part of Blantyre city. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful nation. Look how beautiful Malawi is. Smart nation, cleanest. I don't think there is justice with the other media who say Malawi is poor. Malawi is not poor. When I look at these buildings, these roads, when I look at this video, I didn't know that Malawi is rich. Malawi is developed. Government, you must know that your nation is rich. Malawians are rich. You just need to encourage Malawians, right, by providing them with the necessary amenities. You must end the poverty of people who are living in the rural areas and people who are living in the cities who are really poor. You must end that poverty. If you can deal with that poverty, Malawi can become rich and life in Malawi can be easy. But at this time around, when you look at this video, you see that Malawi is beautiful and it's a good nation. It's well developed. But people are suffering. So what we should do is to end the poverty of the people. We should make sure that Malawians should have income. Malawians should be able to go and get the basic needs easily. To get basic needs should not be a problem. Even accommodation, even Malawians should have a good accommodation. Whether you're in a village, whether you're in a town, in urban areas, you must have good, decent housing. Right? When I'm talking about housing, I mean a house which has got all necessary things. Right? A house should have electricity connection. A house should have a bath and a toilet inside. A house should have a fridge, a cooker. A house should have water, running water, and the house should be a good house, completed house, finished house. All Malawians should be able to have this housing. I believe if we can do that to Malawians, then we're going to end poverty. At this century of 21st century, many Malawians are not able to have accommodation, decent accommodation. It's only few Malawians. So if we end this poverty of accommodation, poverty of having basic needs, difficult to have basic needs, all right, if we end this poverty, Malawians should be able to have income so that they can get the basic needs themselves, I think we are going to have a beautiful and developed Malawi. But Malawi is already developed. So we just need to have people development. Not only having urban development, but also people development. That is, we are looking at the lives of the people. Oh, Malawi is beautiful, I tell you. This is still Malawi. It's a good country. It's nice. It's a very beautiful country, I tell you. Malawians are happy people. Happy people.
are warm-hearted people, and if we can just do more to develop Malawi nationwide, then the poverty which we have been having in Malawi, we've been talking about of people, will be ended. Right? It's the responsibility of everyone. Many of those people that are entrusted with responsibilities of making sure that they are running the public resources, that are in managing the public resources, you have got a big law to make sure that you are doing your job very well, so that you can end the poverty of people in Malawi. Look how beautiful Malawi is. This is Malawi, I'm telling you. It's a beautiful nation, don't tell me. And it's big. Blantyre city is as well big. Look how beautiful it is. Malawi is really beautiful. It's beautiful, it's developed. I see. Oh, yeah. Don't tell me Malawi is poor. You've been lying to us, telling Malawi is a poor destination. Don't go there. People are poor. Don't invest in Malawi. People, it's a poor destination. There's nothing in Malawi. Are you serious? There's nothing in Malawi. By looking at all these things which you're looking, by watching this video, are you serious that Malawi is poor? I don't think that can be a true and fair view of saying that Malawi is poor. It is not. It's a beautiful nation. It's a very nice nation. Right? This is a good nation. It's like you're in America. It's like you're in Europe. What we just need is just to spread this development to everywhere in Malawi. We need to build Malawi like this everywhere. Good roads must be everywhere. Because if we can do that, then Malawi will be fully developed. Right? If we just need to do more, we should go where the people are living. Those places are the ones which are poor. Like the villages where people are, that's where people are poor. You are going to see bad condition of living standard of Malawians there. People sleeping in bad houses, people don't have water, don't have food. That's why people say Malawi is poor. But when you're looking at this city, Blantyre city, this is Limbe only. If you're looking at this, because when you go where I'm going, you keep going, you are going to get to Blantyre city, many city there. It's as well beautiful. But what we need is just to end the poverty in places where people are. Like people living in Bangwe, Sochi, Manje, people living in Chiwembe, people living in Cholo, people living in Doha, all 30 districts or 28 districts in Malawi. We must end the poverty there, where people are, right? If we end this poverty, Malawi will be well and good. Malawi will be fully developed. People will have better life.
Next video. My next video is Bangwe. After Bangwe, I will Limba, Nyunapeli, and many more places in Blantyre, Machinjiri. I have to go to those places in the last part, which I believe is very important for you as well to see, because you must know areas which you hear about, you've never gone to. By watching them through my channel, you have a picture in mind. That's what I've discovered. I've not seen any house that is not fenced. And even yourself, if you're watching this or you've watched other videos that I've already uploaded, you has fenced houses. It's a very private environment full of trees. In other areas, this part of Bise, at least there are people moving and the cars as well. So I can see there are beautiful trees here and beautiful houses. Well paved Lord. Change your mind. Think now in this way. Malawi is not poor. The people you're watching are Malawians. Look how they are living in these houses. Look at this environment where Malawians are living. It is very sad in Malawi to have rich people at the same time have poorest people in the world. Look, everybody else want to have a fenced house. That's what it is here. It's good to have that. And as you're watching, I believe you like, I wish I could have the place like this one myself to build like these people. I wish I can come here and join them, get my own house. It is possible. You can build, you can have the houses like those ones. You can live a life like those people. It is possible. You need just to work hard. These people are rich people who are living here. Rich people. I think that track, that one, I think it's for, they keep chicken inside that track. I think for sale. So it's a mobile chicken. Bring to you the views, beautiful views about BCA, which is also my last video about BCA on this channel. Maybe next time I'll come again just for finalizing here and there, but this can be my last video about BCA in this year. But it is a beautiful location. Of course, there is another BCA I must go to. It's nearby BCA. This one is rich. The other BCA is not rich. So I'll get the video for the other BCA which is not rich for you. But look at the fences, guys. Look how beautiful this place is. These are Malawians, I've already said, are living like they're in America. They've got best life like the stars, like the celebrities of America, the way they build their houses. Look inside there, how beautiful that house, man. And look at the gate, how decorated it is. That white house like in America. It's a beautiful house. I'm not trying to say it's not a beautiful house. It is very beautiful house. The fence is beautiful. Everything is beautiful here. Any person who's got a house here has got money. That's why the houses are looking so beautiful. Full of trees inside the fence there. So beautiful place. Look, it's very attractive. Right? You just know that the pet, right? As I've already said, every house is fenced. It's beautiful to have a fenced house. You feel secure, and it adds as well decoration to the environment. So Malawians who are living here, just to show you that Malawi is not poor as many people. These are inside there. I mean, I don't even imagine how beautiful that house is. What kind of design is that? It looks so special. Like, look at the house, the way it is designed. It is because of money. You can imagine something in your mind.
This is how we survive in Africa. It is
Whoa.
very
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
scary when you're in Africa
My God.
to do whatever we do in order to survive. As you can see, this bridge is damaged. And in fact, this bridge is a bridge where the train used to pass. As you can see, there are railways there. It's a railway, but it's a defunct railway. It's no longer in use. So people are using this railway to pass, even in doing business. As you can see, there is a market here because the railway is no longer functional. But this can be something that somewhere is not happening. But here now, they are established. It is now an area where people are living, and there is this big market. I never thought I could find a market here, because as you are watching this video, this was a place or a route of a train. It was a railway, but now people have changed it into a business area. We are surviving like this in Africa. It is hard, but we're still making it and not giving up. Africa is rising. You know, when people are saying that in Africa too much, you work very hard to survive. You are paid according to the hours you work. It's a struggle there. It's a struggle. You don't have peace of mind to think of the bills to pay. Everything is paid for. And it's expensive because you have to have it. That's what it is in the developed countries. But in Africa, right, you wonder this kid is able to survive, or the owner of the business is able to survive just selling the zips, the plastic bags there, right? People moving up and down. You can see the women with the vegetables that are lying on the ground, selling tomato there, selling everything that you want. Like people buy vegetables or free vegetables, I'm not sure, but maybe 100 can be enough for me only. So it's busy here. 100 in dollars, I think it's maybe 0.5 cents, I'm not sure. So it's busy here. It's very busy. See, people are working hard here to survive.